Yo, what is up? My name is Jacob. I'm here with Mickey, and welcome to the
what's going
Luxago
on?
live stream. And man, today kind of coming down a little bit, not too much from these highs. Jerome this morning spoke, but didn't really affect the market at all, which is good to see. So that way we don't deal with any crazy volatility. But today, Dow Jones down 120 points, SP 500 down 13 points, and the NASDAQ down 48 points. Just taking a little off the top from our insane rally last week. We do have Jerome talking tomorrow, as well as, you know what's up. Today we had the crude oil news or report that came through. We had Jerome at 9:15, and then actually I just gotta jump over to that crude oil news real quick, but we did end up selling a little off quite a bit today, so those inventories must be back up to, you know, bring us back down below $80 per barrel. Gotta love it. Gotta love when we're that low. Let's see here. I didn't even pull up. What's this today? Yeah, man, this is today. What are we doing? Where is it? It's every day at 10, or every Wednesday at 10:30. Where are you at? Or is it? It's not tomorrow. Maybe it is tomorrow. Maybe I just got the wrong date today. I've been a little off. I've been my nose is stuffed up, as you can tell. A little stuffy. No, that doesn't make sense. Let's find it. Hold on. If you need to, you can always, clear your page here. You go down, you hit US filter, and then you get away from all those ads. And here we are. Yes, natural gas storage, was tomorrow. And then today, I guess we didn't have it today, which is weird. Usually it's Wednesday at 10:30, but could be wrong. Because we had it, I don't know, weird. Anyway, Jerome today, 9:15, spoke nothing too crazy. This week, we have Williams in about 34 minutes. That doesn't really change much. Maybe some volatility a little bit. But, man, now I'm a little... Let me see here. We got our crude stock yesterday. Usually we have it on Wednesday. Do we not have it this week? Am I silly? Mickey, what's going on? Let me see here.
All I know is my gasoline is cheaper.
Yeah, I mean, we've been selling off quite a bit. Usually it's Wednesday report 10:30. Weird. But, yeah, interesting. Anyway, going into next week, yeah, we have some CPI coming out on Tuesday of next week. Weird. They have it here on Monday, it's reporting. That's usually not. It's usually on Wednesday. Okay. Well, Monday, the crude oil inventory is coming out at 10:30. We had yesterday, though, after hours. This week. Yesterday after hours, we did have the crude oil stock. As you can see, we were way above. This was the API crude oil stock, so we were 11 million above what was projected, which is insane. So that's pretty much a big reason why that's being driven down. I wonder if, because of that, we already pretty much had the report. So we're going to get the next report on Monday of next week, which is quite interesting to me. But that's all right. We are heading lower, and that's what we were targeting was the 80s or lower. But let's head over to our charts now. And for some reason, I have our music playing as well. I do have a current entry long on the, we're up $231 on the British pound futures. And as you can see here, this is our ideal setup that we talk about with the three indicators combined. Let's see, I have a short on gold as well. That's currently break even. We'll probably take that off, to be honest, because it was at a low. Actually, that's what I'm going to do. Let me go to gold real quick and take this one off because I did like it. Actually, let's just move our stop below this small swing low here. It's going to be like a very small loss. Yeah. I did like it for a short. We hit the same recent low here on gold. We never fully extended. I was hoping we'd go retest this low here. But besides that, though, we have our long on the British pound right now. It's up $212. We're trying to see if we can get this breakout. This is our favorite setup using the indicators. And Brad, I know Brad's here. Brad has actually been kind enough to teach us how to implement this and get alerted through a step system. Man's been working hard at that. He sent me yesterday his full breakdown and layout of that. We might go over it later to kind of double check. But Brad, I do want to look at what you sent me just recently as well. When I was looking at it yesterday, to be honest, I'm not a master at the alerts. I know you were talking to Grover. He's the creator of the alert system and pretty much all of these indicators. But he definitely knows the answer to maybe what you're having issues with. If he didn't answer it properly, I'd maybe see if I don't know. But in this case, for what you were trying to get me to look at, I honestly couldn't tell you because I'm just like you. I just I go based on what I already know about the alert system and play around with it. So I haven't fully figured out how to fix that issue you were having. But for those of you that are new, our strategy for pretty much the all three indicators combined here is waiting for everything to line up and tell us we're bullish on this, right? In this case, this setup is ideal because we get a very low stop. Very low risk on the stop loss with a nice breakout take profit. In this case, on the British pound, we saw this setup. I'm going to show you another setup we had today on crude oil. But this is my favorite kind of setup is you wait, you see a bounce trigger off of the smart trail while you're in a 3 signal, got nice bullish candles, as well as the oscillator having a bullish turning point in and below 50, right? And then also showing that, the money flow is bullish as well. So good continuation type trend. And obviously we recently kind of came into this uptrend. So this isn't like it's been just trending like all day. It's just been, it's set up once, but you can see we had conflicting signals and then it set up again and we're trying to break out now. So we'll see if that ends up breaking out or not. Otherwise we might take some off the table. But crude oil was what I wanted to talk about. Did our gold get stopped? It doesn't look like it did. I think we're still going to be going here. But crude oil today had the ideal setup like we've talked about. And this is exactly what we look for with the 3 signal going into, a turning point here was usually our entry, but we rejected off of the smart trail. And then turning point is our entry. And you go and target this low first as target 1 and then a 2-to-1 after that. So this trade would have actually generated, let's see, if you sold one, $840 there, compared to it was $420 loss, which is pretty awesome. Brad, were you here a second ago when I was going over your question? Maybe not. Maybe you just joined. But hold on one sec. I'm going to pull up, actually, the watermark for you guys as well. Sorry. Again, those of you that are also just joining us, I am stuffed up. My allergies are pretty bad, so Mickey might be coming back and forth with the to help me out so I can blow my nose. But we'll see.
I'll pass a Kleenex tissue below you.
Yes, that'd be nice. But yes. Let's see. The pound looked like it was coming off there a little bit. Let me see. Let me go back to gold there. Gold super tight stop loss for now. Okay. Don't worry about rewinding it. I can talk again if you're still here. Chicken soup will help. He said, "Yes, I need some chicken soup."
Chicken soup.
Give me one. I'm trying to get not that.
Chicken dinner and chicken soup.
Okay, cool. So what I was saying is I'm just like you where I usually just use the features, and if there's, I try to figure out, what doesn't work, but I can't seem to figure out kind of the issue you're having. Because I'm not really an expert. I can do, the normal step system and like pretty much set up what you have set up there. But you might want to ask Grover again. Maybe I know you're working with him a little bit on it, but he's probably gonna have a way better answer than I am. But I'm trying to get rid of this little box I had over here. Here it is. But how you doing, Crypto? Welcome. Bill, how you doing? Welcome. Guys, if you don't mind, if you are new to the stream, make sure to hit that subscribe button. And let's try to get to 100 likes again today. That'd be awesome. But if you're new here, we appreciate you joining us. If you're returning, thanks again. And yeah, let's kind of look at some charts, have a little fun here. I need to go back now to our little. We rejected that same high here. We'll see if it comes back, retest the break even here, and I'll probably take off on that. But we were very low risk. We ended up hitting that new high, or ended up hitting the same high there before we rejected. So we'll see if the pound can break out here, hit our 34% order block up there. That's what we have targeted right now. But let's go back. Gold today, super big sell-off. Very nice downtrend. We've been pretty high up, right? We're in a short at these lows. We want to see if we can get back to, this recent low, maybe break it. My limit's way down here. It's not really a reasoning for it to be down there. I would adjust it accordingly eventually. But yeah, we retested this low. I was hoping we break, maybe retest the actual low. So we'll wait and see if we can get lower on this or not. But for the time being, volume is kind of dying off as well. So let's kind of jump into, let's see here. Let's jump into the higher time frames, and I should have pulled up, one sec, my layout. Which one was it? Multi-order blocks. Here it is. Sorry, I should have had this up earlier. This is my overall analysis layout. Okay, so this has all the multi-time frame order blocks, has the 15-minute, 1 hour, 4 hour, daily. If I'm looking at a long-term setup, this is what I use. And since we're on Bitcoin here, I'm going to start on Bitcoin, see what we're looking at. Remember, we've been rejecting again. We had that spike to 36K, nearly. To the high, almost 36K. And, we're still struggling. Why are we struggling here? Well, we've gone over this quite a few times, but if we pull up our intraday or our current weekly chart breaker blocks, you can see we're inside a recent breaker and we're still inside of it. So we've talked about this. If you've been on the stream with us, we talked about it several times, that, we want to wait for this to get broken to either side. So we're still a little early here. Sorry, that was very loud. Still a little early here on the rejection or even breakout. So we're just waiting for that 34K to break to the downside or 37K to break to the upside for potential continuation / setup. But for now, nice gold breaking down for us. See if we can go retest that low. Let's see if we got a sorry, we're in a few trades here, so I just want to make sure I'm monitoring them a little bit. So 1 second.
All in the same account?
Yes.
Look at you.
Sadly, we can't trade more than 5 lots. So I didn't want to go more on the pound because it's, it has an interesting value to it. Welcome, guys. This guy from Denmark, Alex. I forgot you were from Denmark, man. Bill's from Holland. That's pretty cool. I got it from all over. So morning or night, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are. Happy lunch for the U.S. market right now. Let's head back over to gold. Gold here. So if we were, if we're looking short, if we want a real target, right, we could jump to that 4 hour and look at this. We have a 4 hour order block sitting here, right? 22%. So 955 looks like a level we could look at. That's dead center of that order block. If we go to the 1 hour here, we can see we've had previous support off this level. If we were to pull up this and just take out more order blocks, make sure we see them. You can see right now we're testing this, right? So in this case, 1958, not too bad. For the 1 hour, we are extended. Let's see that 5 minute that we were just looking at. We still have room to drop on the oscillator there. 4 hour, we're also dropping a bit. We're pretty extended on these higher time frames, but gold here following kind of the average commodities here. You see the daily were just extended after that 2K run we had recently. So we'll see if we can continue a little lower on today. Maybe get a bigger trade at hand and break this low. But we do have quite a few levels to break through. So it seems as if if we go to pull up actually our other chart. Oh, where's my, there it is. We pull up gold here on our multi-time frame order blocks. We'll be able to see kind of where we're heading as well. Let's go to that 5-minute chart here to see where these are sitting. So you can see we're overlapping a bit here at this low, and that's where we bounced off before. But we're currently trying to bounce again. We'll see if we can break through that low or not. Let's hope so. That'd be fun. But, you know, usually for me, like I talked about, is in our strategy here. Like always, we had this retest or break through the high of the Neo cloud. We finally broke back below it, and we rejected it. Got some nice turning points here on the oscillator. Large money flow, right? Everything was lining up for a nice short. But my favorite thing is when all of this lines up into a bear flag formation. I think bear flags are one of the strongest patterns that you could see. If this forms within a nice Neo cloud, even better. So that's pretty much why we're short here. Is there any set for binary options? I mean, binary options, same thing. You're not looking at binary option prices when you trade. You're looking at the stock in which you're trading it. It's the way it's set up. So if you were to show, you know, GLD, which is the gold trust, pretty sure they have options. Same type of situation. You know, you would look for, you know, here's your bear flag. You look for your bear flag break with the oscillator showing you strong bearish money flow. Same type of idea. You just trade the options instead. But in this case, all the craziness going on my chart. Oh, if I can find our little, there we go. Have to go back. But hoping we can break, but we'll see. This area is interesting to me, actually, since we're at this low here. Let's see if we, there's still, okay, we're bouncing a little bit there on the 6Z, is it B 6B1. But this is our challenge account that we're testing a strategy on right now. So yes and no. We're testing our what's it called? NeoCloud strategy on this account. But is it saying that you have to check your internet? Is that why it's saying that? Because if that's the case, then you just have to refresh your browser. I've had that issue quite a bit before. Let's see here. It's our challenge account, so you know we're not gonna really care about if in the entry is presented or not. I mean, it is there on both of these, so we're gonna let it go. I wish I could get more though. I mean, or sorry, not on gold, but on the other one. But we're playing what we can to see, you know, how our strategies play against the challenge account. So far, we've been pretty good. We had a nice scale up for a while, and then we've been back and forth around the 1500 level on the challenge account. So we're just seeing where we're gonna head from there. But let's see how this plays out. Let me look at. And here you go. Even on the 1 minute here for the micro NASDAQ. This is something that we were looking at as well. If you looked at a 1 minute, and getting a similar situation here for that NeoCloud break. I was looking at this too because we were talking about whether or not we want to, continue trading this the same way or not. And I really like the idea of taking this trade if it forms in a proper trend structure, right? So sometimes you'll see Let me go back. Let's just go up here. Sometimes you will see, and this is pretty average for a trend, right? Sorry, I do need to keep an eye on these. Gold looks like it's bouncing. They're both kind of bouncing here. So in this case, when we're talking about the Neo Cloud strategy, right? I mean, this is pre-market on the NQ. This is a 1 minute, but let's go into like our 3 minute chart for setups. In this case here, this is a good example. So this morning, before bell open, we did technically have a setup, a classic setup. You know, we had kind of lower lows, lower highs here. We broke out and we made our run, right? We broke the low of that Neo Cloud and it made that run. But notice though, where it's bouncing. This is where I think we need to really pay attention on which entries are worth taking and which aren't. This was bouncing actually at a previous resistance level, which is proper trend structure, right? You can see here, if we just grab all these lows, it was perfectly following it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 here on the 3 minute for the NASDAQ. So in that case, really like that setup when the Neo Cloud flipped. If I go to, let me see here. Sorry, I'm going to have to just jump back to this page every once in a while. I might actually, for now, guys, I'm going to pull this up here. I will pull it back in a second just so I can keep an eye on it. I don't want to miss a exit opportunity. Our gold might actually get stopped for that short loss there, where I can see it going from 150 to now 60 profit, but we'll see. Okay, let's see here. So an example of it not, you know, working out is what I was wanting to go over. Let's go to something else. 3 minute. So in this case, CL did play off pretty well here. It was rejecting this, but notice here though, okay, it didn't fully close under like we said. It closed under here, which is good. This is actually a bear flag formation, and why we were saying, you know, these flags are probably pretty good to watch when it enters those Neo Clouds. But I was trying to see if there's a scenario in which it would be worth. Yeah, so, I mean, this kind of is a good scenario right here. Now, it did break the high, which is fine. But in this case, the Neo flips here, right? It does flip at this point. If we were to take the low of that Neo Cloud, it does line up with a previous lower lows when it was in this downtrend. But in my opinion, I would have wanted this Neo to flip and bust through this high, but also show the low and break to be above this previous resistance, right? When it had this downtrend. So that's pretty much a proper, you know, trend shift. In this case, it sold off pretty aggressively right away and retested those lows. And then you can notice it eventually just broke back down. So now, you know, if we pull back, you know, where this had resistance, you know, this is a little bit more ideal. It kind of came off a support zone in a way. This entire zone here where it, you know, bounced early pre-market, it rejected. It was the first retest. Structure was a little more set there when it hit that higher high. But I'm just thinking, you know, look for more clean price action than anything. Gold is actually trying to break down for us now. But that in that case, it's probably more a lot better to be traded and have a more ideal entry. Like here, right? Look where this bounced off the smart trail. I liked this entry a lot. I keep losing my box here. But it bounced right off what? It was previous higher high, right? So proper trend continuation, bounce right off that higher high. In this case, this is a separate strategy that we're looking at as well, with the with everything lining up for us. So we're gonna see if it can break out here shortly. But for gold, like we said, if I can pull up the let me pull it up here on the Neo. This is the 5 minute. Let's go to that 3 minute chart. We had that bear flag break after it went above it, but it happened below what its past recent low, right? So Structure is a little bit different. In this case, I did take it on the 5 minute because I wanted to make sure there was confirmation and the oscillator was setting up. And then we had that same bear flag formation with the lower high below the recent low that was set. So there's a lot of things that could go into it. Can you talk for a minute about the AI classifier? 1, 2, 3, 4 means of the strength of signal, whatever direction, but sometimes you say it shows a reversal like a 3. I would say that reversal signals are 1s and 2s potentially, because they're gonna trigger easier than 3s and 4s. 3s and 4s are more trend continuation, stronger signals. In this case, like here, we had a 4 that came off of this. Now, like anything, it's not gonna, this is a lower volume traded asset. So this is the other thing. It depends on your volume. Notice the candles here, they look like boxes sometimes. So in this case, this is also autopilot. This is where autopilot can be kind of finicky. It's showing a 4 signal there. Let's see what it would be if we had the actual optimized sensitivity, which is 17. Let's see what it would give us. So there you go. 17 with the actual optimized sensitivity. There's no 4 signal that generated. That's why sometimes autopilot can kind of mess with you, right? Here's a 3 for a trend continuation. Notice it was still in a downtrend. We had that 4 signal back here, and it made this, longer move down. But in this case, lower high, lower high, lower high, trend continuation on the 3. This one here, 3 break, indicating, maybe, this could be a start of a reversal with a change of character, but it didn't set up. Because we're looking for multiple levels of confluence, right? We had, strong bearish money flow, so that 3 signal I'm going to negate. And I could filter that out as well within, the indicator if I wanted to. I could do, under the filters here, like trend strength and stuff. Or if it does on this. But you could filter it out how you want. That one, in that case, the trend was trying to flip, probably because of the change of character as well. But you need to identify based on multiple levels of confluence, right? The money flow is way too strong on the downside, so that I can use the oscillator as my own personal filter as well. So seeing that trend continuation on the 3, that's exactly how you want to see it. Rejects comes down. I like autopilot, like I said, if I'm looking at a bunch of assets at once. If I'm trading just 1 or 2, if you're like somebody that just trades, what's it called? Like ES or the NQ, I would just change the optimized sensitivity in the dashboard. That's going to really help. But in this case, like I talk about every time we're on stream, this is one of my ideal setups. 3 signal, retrace, bounce off the smart trail. You take your entry, and then you have your stop below that lower high, right? You want to take your entry, though, once you see this turning point happen below the 50 and you still have bullish money flow. That's ideal. Usually I target the high, but we're targeting a breakout for now. If it doesn't occur this time, honestly, here in a sec, I'll probably move, I'm going to just move my stop. It's best to probably move my stop now below this swing low now, because we're now have a stop for profit. So because we just set, sorry, not swing low, because we just set a higher low here, a very small higher low, of course. We'll just set it there for now, because obviously if this doesn't break out now, it probably won't. And if it does, it probably would break this low first before it head even higher anyway. So we'll see. But for the signals, yes, the 3s and the 4s are strongest signals. Autopilot is, okay, we got our gold breakdown. There we go. That's what we've been looking for. Autopilot is not necessarily ideal, but here you go. This is ideal on a actual trend setup. And you can see sometimes, this is why you pretty much take it when it's set up. 3 signal, right, on the gold. You get a retracement, you get a reject of that smart trail. You go short on what? The turning point that happened here. This so happened to also line up with the NeoCloud strategy as well. So in this case here, took a short off of this exact level pretty much, as you can, or sorry, that's the stop level. But we were a candle late, because I'm pretty sure we took this one on the Neo. But we're candle late there, but if you would have taken it on this turning point, so far it has been a really good setup for a break lower And obviously, we're trying to get at least a break of this low, and we'll see if we can get it. But in that case, yeah, not too bad so far. I could easily, just take off if I wanted to. But what's that fun? I don't know. I can't speak today. Why? But that's not fun. Sorry. There's something more fun than holding it through the low. I mean, ideally, this low should break, right? But you never know. We'll see. ES has a very weird pattern so far. Here you go. I mean, in this case, you have your one signal there. Like we said, one's good for early trend reversals, right? This one triggered right here, this high, right, on this candle. Not every time it's going to work out like this, but it did trigger. And you can see it accomplished what it triggered. For the twos is like the one where it's like early indication, probably going to be a trend, a start to a trend change. And you got that there, bounce off the smart trail. Then it continued, had that nice little rally back up. Let's see here if we could get this gold to break down. We have a long on 6BC as well. He said, how to change the purple color candles on settings I'm using, but where I get it. I mean, in your settings, you can change right here under candle coloring. You can do like confirmation gradient. In this case, you'll still get purple candles, but it's going to be more faded on these. But we like confirmation simple, make it super easy. Hi, how are you? NAS 100, 4 hour, 3 minute. Money flow kind of crazy. All right, let's go to the NAS 100. This is the same as pretty much the, we'll go to Pepperstone. As the NASDAQ, right? Let's go to the NQ, which is a NASDAQ futures, exact same thing, right? See, this is priced at 15,357. NAS 100, 15,282. Since you said NAS 100, we'll look at it, but same situation. Very weird formation occurring right now, but money flow is bullish, right? You said that money flow. Money flow broke out of a downtrend. So far, that's a lower low that got set. So in this case, if you wanted to get an actual setup, I would look for a higher low on the money flow or the oscillator for sure, probably above this, above the 50 level would be really nice to see if we could get a continuation to the upside here. Come on, break this low. We tried to break the low there just for a second. You can see we're starting to get pretty extended here. And if this low does break, we're going to look for our take profit. Sorry, I just want to make sure we get out of this trade first.
Push!
The NAS 100 3 minute. Let's look at the 3 minute. Yeah, 3 minute. So it's not strong, right? So you see how the money flows back and forth. You can indicate that's probably not a good time to be trading. You want to be trading when the money flows strong like this on a 3 minute. Strong, strong. Notice the cloud difference. If it's flipping back and forth, not ideal to be trading that. Just because it's, it's a weak uptrend or weak downtrend in that formation. In this case, waiting to see, if you were to call this drop off the 3 minute, probably wouldn't have really told you anything. Other than you did have a lower high on the money flow. You did reject the Neo Cloud, so you would have been short regardless here. You wouldn't have been long. But in this case, for right now, if that money flow does get increased and meets that threshold, you're probably looking for a nice move to the upside here. Did gold try to bounce? Gold's definitely gonna probably try to bounce because of. I'm gonna move my stop now. Crude oil. How's our? We might have a breakout here on the pound. Pound here, we really want that breakout. Oscillator is sitting beautiful on the pound. Notice the oscillator here. If we were to pull up the values, wait, hold on. Sorry, I'm literally just clicking random stuff now. There it is. Now, you stop it. I just clicked like 50 different things. Hold on. There you go. Oscillator right now sitting at 65, right? 65.99. So we have room, right? We have room to the 80s for this thing to keep going. But But gold. See if we're still struggling at the lows here. Oh, nice, Alex. Sweet. AUD, USD, 4 hour. Let's look at it since we're at the news. Beautiful. We had that move, right? We broke through. Let me pull up all these guys. I'm going to take this off for now. And this here, we take off the internal breaker blocks. So this is, this is ideal, right? Came up and did reject a 4 hour, a 1 hour, and a, what? It's this current chart says 4 hour. It rejected a 4 hour and a 1 hour order block, and it's coming off that high. In this case, you broke this downtrend too. So now, since oscillator is sold off like it is, look at what you could do. You can pull a Fibonacci, and you're about to hit your prime discount, right? The 618 might be a potential entry. The only thing I don't like is that a higher low got set here. But like you said, this is news driven, so that might be the reason why it couldn't play off here. Gold is coming back. I'm gonna go ahead and close out of this and lock in 200, just in case it doesn't fully break that low, and we have that 200 in profit. Because we do have a nice trade here on 6BZ, which is the British pound. See if we can get out of this. I'm going to move sorry. Can't really move it. Doesn't move much. We'll see if gold breaks down, though. I mean, but that's pretty decent buying action there. I'm going to set an alert to see if it does hit. But we had, 200 off the table. Why not? And we don't have to watch 2 all the time. Mickey, anything you want to look at?
Just my order blocks later.
We look at it whenever. One more time, though. Can you integrate your broker to TV? Yeah, you can. I have TradeRate on here.
I mean, you're coming close to passing, right? I mean, real close.
Well, this one is separate.
Oh, okay.
This one was. I told everybody I started another one for the oscillator setups, the ones we liked. So
gotcha.
We're at 51,000 though, so we're up 1,000 over 2 days on this one, guys.
Not bad,
which is good. Like I said, I didn't want to mess with the data on the Neo setup. Now, if a Neo is in line, if that Neo setup is in line with our normal strategy, I 100%. We'll still end up probably taking it, but like I said on this one, we're playing this oscillator with the other signals and overlays and price action concepts for a separate account to see how it plays out. We've shown you and already on stream how well this one does. This is my ideal. This is a strategy I've used actually a lot longer than anything since day one of the stream. Let me go back to this. Let's go to CL. Like CL had a trade today that I sadly missed. Ideal setup was here. 3 signal. I mean, these swing points are just gorgeous. Increase of the money flow. Turning point here was your entry after rejected. And like we already talked about, you would have taken short, stop above the high, and you target the low first, which is 1-to-1, and then you take off your other one at 2-to-1. Ideally, you go 2-to-1 each time, so $84. So we'll see how that plays out. This one, is now in range with the other account as well. So we'll see how they kind of fight their way to passing, which would be awesome. But we wanted to do multiple, so we can test multiple strategies because a lot of people are different. Neo, in my opinion, is good. It's seeming though that it can have really good weeks, but it can also have really bad weeks. So obviously, we want something that's going to be a little bit more consistent. And in this case, the nice part about the oscillator with, or pretty much you can just call it the Lux Algo Premium strategy because we're using all 3, is that you're looking for multiple things to line up, right? Like I said before, though, you know, if it doesn't all line up, then you could take less risk. As you can see here, I bought 3 instead of 5, which we probably would have bought. But that is the only reason that we didn't buy more is because the money flow is decreasing here. But it did have that turning point for us, and everything else is lined up. So far it's been really good. But we'll see if we can get, you know, a nice continuation on that here in a bit. Hopefully we can break through this high. But we can go over that a little bit later too. Today on the Neo, though, we did have a setup that I missed, and I'm kind of upset. Or we talked about changing up what, besides the normal way. Sorry, let me go back. Besides the normal way, we talked about the comparing it with the tick. Great way to go about it, in my opinion. Let me pull this up. I'm struggling with my trading view today. Comparing it with the tick, like we said, looking for extended price, right? If I could find this level here. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, that just happened, actually. So that actually, and of course, another setup happened when we were talking. In this case, having, you know, tick extended here. Oh, sorry, it was a bullish Neo. It happened earlier. Here it is. So extended tick, positive tick, right? In a bearish Neo cloud, forming a no wick candle on the tick, right? Your entry would have been on this guy here. Right here. It would have been a nice upside entry, actually. You target the low, right? Target the recent low, which was here. That would have been 106 ticks. Paid nicely. You could have gone, you know, 2 to 1. That was actually almost 2 to 1. That was 2 to 1. So 2 to 1 would have paid perfectly on that. You know, you had your lower high. But that is, you know, that is a nice little setup there that we would have had. Let me go back, though. I need to check our trade. Okay. Money. I really want this breakout. We'll see how she does, though. Anything else you guys kind of want to look at? Luke said 300 on gold, call it a day. It's like, well, you know, we had 200, we locked it in, and because it bounced directly off that low, which we don't like, little engulfing kind of candle as well. So if price actually doesn't look right, just close it off. Nothing wrong with taking profits. Let's see here. I'm really hoping, yeah, this one can continue. It'd be nice. Keeps going up to that level. Break it through. I don't trade the pound much. I think it's my first time actually entering a position on the pound, but I had our setup right. Let's see if anything else does while we're waiting, actually. I'm going to take off the trader window for now, so we look. ES breaking the high of the
Come on, let's go.
Let's see. ZB1. What do you want to know about options, Alex? Oh, currency options? I mean, I don't really know anything about currency options. I can talk about stock options all day, though. You break out, you pound. What are you doing? Where's Luke? You trading soybean oil today? Where's Luke with the soybean oil? We actually could maybe get a setup on soybean. Got a 3 signal already. We need that retrace with the money flow to flip. PRYUSDT, does it have volume? Does it have volume, or is it just news driven? If it's news driven, then no, we can't look at it. Let's see. What do you say? PYRUSD. This doesn't sound very good. It's on a bunch of exchanges. Maybe it is. PYR, right? USDT. Oh, okay. Yeah, we can look at this. We can look at this. Beautiful. Thank you. It's the first time I've seen a weird sounding Forex, weird sounding cryptocurrency that actually has volume. So we can actually look at this. The minute you see a 5-minute chart and it actually trades, then you can actually look at technical analysis on this. But in this case, what time frame? I mean, look at this. Wow, this actually kind of had a setup that we like. In this case, was actually better off here because of the money flow. Look at this though. This is exactly the trade we're in right now. Break of structure, change of character, 3 signal, right? Comes down, money flow flips. Look at the money flow though, just busted through that threshold. That was a bad drawing. Busted through the threshold. Threshold's that line right there. Great volume. Great volume. You have that turning point here. That's your trade entry on that turning point. Bink. Stop below the low. And then there you go. 2-to-1 in that first move there. That was gorgeous. It's exactly what we want to see. Nice little trade there. Benji, what's up, buddy? How you doing? How you doing? In this current state, let's go to the 4-hour. Actually, hold on. I didn't check my... I'm going to just put that down there so you guys can see it. Just keep an eye on it. Keep an eye on it for me. Let's look at the 4-hour on this. Pull up our order blocks. Hold up. Chart. Let's see if they have any daily order blocks. We're not in any daily. Let's see if we have any weekly order blocks. Not any weekly. This thing just launched. Monthly. All right. We're
no spam into Jacob.
Who's Edward spammed again. Edward always comes in here and spams the ticker. Look at the daily chart. Daily, my goodness. A lot of imbalance here. We broke out big time on this. I would say right now, just target $8. There's your lows. A lot of action at $8. You're inside imbalance right now. You broke out. $8 is your target. It's kind of high, though. If you do get a retracement, it's going to come down, retest $4.28. $4.50, I would say, would be the start of a bounce. But it is extended on the daily, but this is crypto we're talking. This thing, again, somebody could come in. Big news could pop this. But if anything, upside target is $8. So that's what I look for. Let's head back to our British pound trade. See if we can get this thing to get going for us. Finally break out. Show us what you're made of. I gotta go back though on the price action concept. Switch it back to chart. Sir Luke. Luke, this guy's way more superior than you if you're still in here. His name is Sir Luke. What's up, Sir Luke? How you doing? Guys, we're at 52 likes. Let's get that up to 100 likes. It'd be awesome. Let's get 100 likes per stream starting out. We appreciate you. If you are new to the stream, welcome. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. We are on several times a week now, going over charts, coming up with new trading strategies, testing those trading strategies against prop firm accounts. We're currently rolling on 2, seeing if we can get them to pass. We almost passed 1, and then good old strategy crusher came in and knocked us out one day. But we're still in it, still working, and we're waiting to see if it can get there for us. But man, I don't know. Kind of, we're in that slow zone of volume here. But again, we said that there might be a trade on soybean. Crude oil finally making its debut back.
The 2 Lukes meeting now.
The 2 Lukes. I'm glad I haven't sneezed yet or had to blow my nose. This is great. Surprised. Man, natural gas. What a roller coaster it had today. It had its report. Let me go to... Nat Gas had its report today. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why it didn't pop up on there. Probably because it's not as important. least I thought it did. I'm just seeing things now. I swear. Maybe it's tomorrow. Maybe. Yeah, natural gas storage at 10:30. Never mind. That gas tomorrow. Maybe that's priced in as well. It's predicting. We can actually go look. Let's do that trade. I would advise always, if you trade nat gas or you trade CL, go look at previous reports, how they trade based on that. We're predicted. We're no forecast. Interesting. No forecast yet. I guess we'll wait. Check NASDAQ for you. Keep losing my trade window. Boom. All right, NASDAQ. I got you. NASDAQ. On this current setup, we're rejecting obviously a previous swing high, which was an order block. They're 3%. Right now, I wouldn't be looking long. I also wouldn't be looking short. This is just very strange price action. It almost had a bull flag formation if we come back here. Let's look at the NQ on the tick as well. NQ on the tick's still even Steven, which can indicate it came off a high here, lower high. This could actually be setting up for retracement. At least to test the tick low here, which is 405. But if this can set a confirm higher low on the tick, which in this case it's trying to trend. Let's see if it sets it here in a sec. Firm higher low, then this actually could continue. Quite an interesting day on the on the NQ. This is the MNQ. Obviously, you can see this trend here.
Yeah,
All the indicators.
Yes, not moving nicely for me this week.
Very slow right now. All the indicators are Pine script. Yeah, I mean we have, which is something we can go over too. You can create easily webhooks. You just create an alert, add a webhook, easy, if you know how to do that. But what am I doing? Sorry, I want to go back to. Wait a second. Here we go. Man, this thing does not want to break out. This thing's struggling at this. I want to move this up now to this lower high. It's not really much of a move, but it'll at least be shown so we can see it. We can look at gold. We were looking at it earlier. Gold, we had a short on gold. We locked in 200 on already. Did it break? No, it didn't. See? Look at that. Smart trading there. Had a small short on gold. We locked in. It's still trying to conflict with this downtrend. Let me pull up the pair so you're not confused by the pricing. But I trade gold futures instead of the actual Forex pair. But gold 15-minute. We're still very extended here on the downside. Daily chart as well. Daily here, we've just been having some crazy movement. Right now, though, I mean, this is just typical downtrend break. We were in that massive daily downtrend, right? We finally broke out. We hit 2K. We were predicting 2K after that 4-hour bull flag that we had. Beautiful 4-hour bull flag also. For those of you go back and stream, we were predicting a big rally off of this setup here, and we got it. We had a beautiful run. We were predicting 2K for the target, hit perfectly. We're now just coming out of that, a little exhausted now, bouncing currently almost inside a 4-hour order block here at 1948, 1950 again. That's a psychological level, right? So we'll see if we can rest on 1950. We're extended on the oscillator on the 4-hour, the daily. Daily looking real strong for a potential continuation to the upside. We just have to wait and see. If you pull a fib from your low here, there's your retracement points. Got your golden pocket here below the 382. Your 50 sitting right, guess what? Where that smart trail is sitting on the Luxalgo signals and overlays indicator, where the smart trail is sitting. Man, this thing's coming off that high. Still struggling. Off the smart trail there, and then you have the 618 at the bottom of the smart trail. You'll probably see that kind of get retested, possibly. The other thing I don't like about it going that low is actually this resistance here. Got a little resistance pocket there that could form as resistance or support, but again, that lines up with that 1950 level. So it's kind of waiting to see. 4 hour has that order block there, but kind of waiting to see if this can hold up for potential bounce, right? So we'll see if it does, because it is super extended on that 4 hour. So right now, I'd be waiting for a potential long setup in the next by the end of the week. By the end of the week. But, man, even a 15-minute, nice little order block there. Man, this thing did not want to break out for us on the pound. Struggling. Stops in profit, though. We're just going to chillax, see what it wants to do. Maybe we'll get that breakout. Maybe we won't. I don't like that the money flow flipped here. But this one I'll let ride because this is our first test. Gold does look like it wants to break lower, though, on a low time frame here. I was hoping we could see something else. But Nat gas came back a bit. You told who's Jackie? I don't know who Jackie is, Luke. Recession next year. I mean, we've had a pretty strong pullback already. I wouldn't call it a recession yet. Let me see. Next year, that's it's really going to depend on what how inflation slows down, or if it does at all. If it doesn't, then obviously we're looking at a potential recession. But they've been talking recession since COVID. I mean, usually when they're talking recession, we're in a recession. But I don't know. It's just the market these days moves a lot differently. So any recession talk is kind of up in the air. Oh, you are correct. Hey, thanks for seeing that. I appreciate that. I'm glad you saw that. I had my stop orders as 1. Oops. I appreciate that. I sized in there because I usually have this is my first time trading this because it's set up. But CL I usually trade 1 because it's extremely volatile, high price. Thanks, Benji. Sorry, I'm looking. MNQ. Interesting, actually. So we might have missed it, but right here would have been a long. Could have been taken. The problem is there's not much structure, so stop below the Neo for now, but targeting that high. Until this happens, then your stop gets adjusted. So stop would be here now. Very low 33. We had something today as well. We were just going over the BOS charts. This is the trade we're in on 6B. Hold on one sec. Let's just double check one more time. I'm just very forgetful today for some reason. Yeah, we have William speaking at in a little bit, in about 38 minutes. Wait, is that today? Yeah. What'd you tell me? I don't know what you told me. Sorry, you're a little late on the comment there.
Hmm.
You can connect all of these brokers. Interactive, Alpaca, Gemini, Trade8 was what we're using. Forex.com, Webull, Awanda, TradeStation. I love TradeStation. TradeStation's great. But Trade8 is the easiest one for all these prop firm accounts. I'm in short because it gave me Chach in 15 and 30 minutes. Which blacklist would you say? You're short on the NASDAQ. You got a Chach on 15-minute and which? He said 15-minute and 30-minute. Yeah, we can look at Bitcoin too. I want to see if this hits. I missed the entry. Actually, would have hit the 2 to 1. Almost. These 66 ticks. That's a super extended tick though. We're starting to retest that. Remember I said sometimes we take off at the high, but let's see if that actually hits. Missed the entry, but we're also in another trade, so I didn't really want to double down again. Fully broke it though. Broke that previous resistance there on the 1 minute. This should trigger pretty fine. Look at Bitcoin in just a sec. You come on, British pound. Busted wide open. Man, we had, this is the setup that we would have had ideally that I missed. That's annoying. This is ideal right here. Look at this. Yeah, we talked about this several days in a row. You have your tick play, right? Tick sells off. Have your setup, breaks that low. This comes up. You get a no wick right here. You take your entry off this guy. Below the low here, target the high. And 65. 65 there and there. Oh, let's try to hit this one. Same situation on this. This one's not as ideal because it didn't fully come inside of the Neo. But when it comes inside of the Neo, it usually sets up. Oh. Hold on. I didn't mean to do that on this chart. Took the low finally, and then it's bouncing again though. It's trying to bounce back. There you go. Hit that. That triggered on that guy. I guess there was this too. This is another non-ideal setup, but ideal setup's when it breaks that Neo in the 1 minute. In this case, you could have had this candle here. Would have been entry. You would have been stopped on this one for 45. So nothing too bad. You swing low there. Take a re-entry again on this. You would have hit your 62, and then you would have hit another 60 here on this guy right here. But again, looking for that negative tick, no wick setup on the Heikin-Ashi, and then you're judging your trend based on the Neo on the 1 minute. Nice little long run there. Would have been good. There's the gold again flipping off of that low. Man, this is gonna get annoying though on this trade. Just the slow mover. Let's go to Bitcoin real fast, and Mickey's going to take over for a little bit. And we'll look at some other stuff later as well. Bitcoin ripping. There you go. 3 minute going bonkers. Wow.
Bitcoin, seriously?
This is good. This is good structure here for sure. Let's go to actually like this here. Bitcoin's going, yeah. Beautiful. Well, there you go. This actually had a setup as well, but I don't trade Bitcoin. I just hold Bitcoin. Anyway, here's, this is why we like this setup so much. And this would be a lower risk as well. You get your true signal though, right? Actually, it wouldn't have been low risk because this actually printed that change of character there. Get your true signal, get the change of character, comes back down, money flow right here, bam, increasing as well as a turning point on this guy right here, right? That's your entry. And this was ideal. This would have been, I forgot. I thought that change of character occurred after this. Change of character did form though. Stop below the low, right? Target 2 to 1 or the high first. First you target the high, and then you target 2 to 1 for the breakout for your runner. 2 to 1 would have hit just fine. Right now it's rolling at 4 to 1 on that. But that's what we look for on this particular setup. Let me see. MNQ though, beautiful. Let's see if it can continue here. Nice little run. Let me put gold or Bitcoin. Look at the daily now. Remember, we need this. I would like this high to break 36K, but again, on that weekly, 37,000 I think is where that breaker block's sitting. If we break 36K, it's seeming the volume might drive it through that high. That's what we would want. If we go to the 4 hour, we have a higher low, of course, forming. I do like the 4 hour what's it called? Divergence with price and the money flow. Money flow's showing increase on the sell side, right? Because this area, a lot of sellers came in, try to drop it after this big wick we had, right? So that money flow increase, you should probably start seeing it decrease here in a little bit here on the 4 hour. If that's the case, then you might be able to look for a short setup. But for now, longs for days on this. CL, man, gosh, CL still going. Had a small retracement, rejected. In this case, what's your risk on this? Not a huge fan of taking this as an entry because it already had the entry ideally because it came from a high. Now see this has got a lower high, another high. But in this case, you can risk $170. MCL might be worth actually a trade. Dang. NQ here coming back down again on that for our setup. Whoa. Look at the tick. The tick is extending to the downside again. It's negative. Really good sign for this thing to crank. Really good sign for this thing to crank here if it wants to. Let's see on this normal. Oops. Yeah, wow, that's impressive. Actually, seeing a negative tick on this bull run so far. Stop moving that one back. Let's see what this does, actually. Where's my... Gosh, this is annoying. We only have room for like 2 more. We can get 2 micros on the MNQ if this actually sets up. Maybe. Let's see. Mickey, you want to take over here for a little bit?
Yeah.
See what you got. Now we're just looking at random stuff.
I know, right? This whole week. Oh boy.
Alex said cover the Euro JPY.
The JPYs.
UJ, right? That's what you guys call it over the Forex world.
Yeah, I mean UJ is the USD and JPY. He's looking for the Euro JPY.
What do you call that? Your J?
But they're both the same. But
Your J.
I'll go over that
Who J? Me J.
after the ES. Yes, Edouard, I'll go over Amazon as well for you. Okay. Let me go over the ES in a little bit and go over my template a little bit, and then we'll dig into some details of Amazon and Japanese yen. All right. Okay. We have the 4-hour chart. I love the 4-hour charts on all symbols that I look at. Well, most symbols I look at, right? Nice clean chart. You can see the 4-hour order blocks
EJ,
here.
He said EJ.
You know, but it's very difficult to trade on this chart, right? Because there are no levels. There's no reaction. Because you know we have a nice reaction here, right? We have one there. We have one here. But this is just after the fact, though, right? We don't know why it made that turn. But what you could do is go into your settings here, right? You go down to order blocks, right? And you enable the overlaps. This may or may not help, okay? Let's show all the overlaps now, all right? Let it think, it's thinking, it's thinking. All right, now let's take a look now, right? Now the overlap order blocks will show us the order blocks that were formed many moons ago, right? For me, they are still important levels. Take a look at this, right? This order block was not here. We were wondering, why did it make the pivot move to the upside? Because of this order block. See, that was important. So to me, I like viewing overlaps, right? Scan to the left. Take a look at this. Right, that was an order block, breaker block that was formed back here, right?
Yes, Benji, you have to recreate the alert with the new function.
Take a look at that. All right. There you go. Okay. What I also like, well, take a look at this right here.
Buddy.
We are in this current situation. That's why we're chopping around a little bit. We are in chop land right now. All right. This is one reason. Overlap 4-hour order blocks. Right. What we could also do is overlay one more set of order blocks, our higher time frame order blocks. I like to overlay the daily order blocks on top of my 4-hour chart. Okay, let's go ahead and enable that. My dailies are the colored order blocks. Why are we chopping right now? Because of this. We're inside a huge order block. Inside of a huge daily order block, we can't break through the 4-hour overlap order blocks. So as of right now, this is a very tough ceiling to break through. Okay. So that's just the premises of my 4-hour order block time frame chart. All right. And I zoom down to a lower time frame, 15, and I'll scalp in the direction that my 4-hour order block chart tells me. Direction meaning I like to see a rejection of an order block, like right here. Okay. And over here, this is telling me try your shorts. Try the shorts. Right here. Okay. Take a look at this. This is saying try for the shorts. No longs yet. That's what it's telling me. All right. So far, so good. Okay. Even though you're being frustrated all week and taking your shorts, at least you're going in the right direction according to my template, my 4-hour template. All right. Amazon. Let's take a look at Amazon. Amazon. I know I have it here somewhere. Amazon.
There you are.
All right, here's Amazon. All right. Let me clean this up a little bit. There we go. All right. Here is a basic 4-hour Amazon chart with 4-hour order blocks. Same thing with the ES. Why is it making this reaction? Right? We don't know why, right? I could trade inside here. These were beautiful to trade because price is reacting to an existing order block, right? But for here, why? We don't know why. According to this chart, we don't know why, right? Because there's nothing here, right? Over here, why? We don't know why just yet, right? Let's turn on some futures. Let's take a look again. Let's take a look at some overlaps. Let's see if it tells us some story. Oh, there you go. Jacob's eating a chicken dinner. It told us a story.
Chicken dinner.
There you go. This is why. Overlap order blocks that were formed. When did that form? Jeez. Oh my God, last year?
Oh yeah.
Right here. Formed August 2022.
22 last
over a year ago. It's important. That is why. Right? This order block right here. Okay. When did that form? Wow. Huh. Back in May. Okay. Let's overlay one more, the daily order block. See if it tells us a better story. All right. It kind of does. Look where it rejected. We have a daily order block on top of 2 4-hour order block overlays. That's a pretty solid ceiling in my opinion. Okay. UJ, the JPYs. All right. Let's take a look at UJ first, and I'll go with Euro JPY after that. The question was, how do we trade the JPY pairs? If it's in the second half of the Forex pair, what do I mean by second half? USD JPY. JPY is in the second half of the pair, meaning if the yen itself is going higher, this pair should be going lower. Price needs to follow in the direction of the yen. So if the yen is going higher, this pair should go lower. If the US dollar is going higher, this pair should go higher. Okay? So last week, in a couple weeks, I've been staying away from UJ. Why? Because it's very hard for me to trade my strategy when there are no levels above. We are at such highs. There are no levels to see. I mean, I can take a look at space, look up to the sky. There's really nothing there for me. We'll change this to daily. Look at this. There's really nothing above, right? Look where this is at right now. This is the only level I could see if I could look left. That's it. What else is there after that? So it's very difficult, you know. I'm not going to make up a story and just say, oh, yeah, you could do this on my strategy. No. With my strategy, I have to fold. Right? I have to fold and look somewhere else. Unless price revisits an order block below, okay, I'll take my longs here. When do I take my shorts? I'll take my shorts. Go down this one. Right? This is the juicy one. I like this. There's a lot of room here. Okay. Euro JPY. I know I put it on my list. Let's see. It's here somewhere. Let's see.
Oh, man.
There we go. Since this is the Euro JPY, JPY is in the second half. Thereby, there should be no levels up above. Should be. All right, let's take a look. This is on a daily chart. Let me take a look. See? It's at super highs. Look at that. Let me change to a monthly. There you go. The monthly, I see a high. That's the only level I see. It's just a monthly. All right, so I guess that could be your target if you're trading this, right? This high was back in 08. If you're trading on the monthly, it still works, but I don't have the stomach to trade on a monthly. But here's the path. Broke out. It's hard enough for me to trade a 4-hour swing. There's no way I can do a monthly. But that's your trade right there on the monthly. But if you go down to a 4-hour, there's really nothing above, to be honest with you, you know. So that's why I avoid the JPY pairs. You know, I'm not going to make a story and say, sure, you can. You know, I'm going to step aside and I'll let the other traders use a different strategy that may work. But for my strategy, I'm coming up empty on JPY pairs, okay? CAD JPY, I'm sure it's the same, right? I don't know. Let me add that to the list. I don't think I have that on my list. JPY. Oh, I do. It's probably on a different watch list. Let me add that here. There you go. Ooh, we got some levels now. Looks like Canadian dollar pulled back a little bit, meaning, you know why? Canadian dollar, the actual pair, reacts with the US dollar and also crude oil. Whenever there's crude oil inventory news release, you have to watch your Canadian pairs because Canadian oil exports are huge, okay? Which is a good thing if you're going to trade CAD JPY because there are levels up above. A little bit congested though. For me, I am only going to look for shorts. I want to go here and I want to go here. Okay. This area right here is a good reward to risk. Going up above is the reward's not there because there's too many levels congested here. You may get some nice moves, but I'm not willing to risk it. The odds are I like these moves down here. All right. Why do I say that? Take a look. Look to the left. Let me delete this. Hold on. There you go. Look to the left. Notice this empty zone here. Take a look at the price action during this empty zone. Shot up. Price shot back down, right? Let's take a look at some more empty zones. Look at this. Shot up. Flushed right back down. See, price reacts differently when there's no order blocks. Okay. Take a look at this action right here. This is garbage to me. Why is it garbage? Because of these order blocks that were formed. Right here. This is garbage. But take a look at this price action. This price action is beautiful because there's no order blocks to the left. That is the reason why I came up with this strategy, you know, trading away from an order block. Any other symbols? I know my strategy is just too simple and it's hard to believe, you know, but it works for me, right? I'm scrolling on YouTube right now at the chat to see if I went over all the symbols that we have not gone over yet. Jacob, you see anything before we shoot it back over to you?
In the chat, no.
Yeah, not there. We got everyone, right?
I think so. Yeah,
Okay.
Anything you guys want to go over specifically, let us know. Happy to go over it. Our gold broke the low and finally closed below the low. It took forever to close below that low. Volume's super low on it. But now, if you're in a short or something on gold, we're like 1950 would be our target. You got about a decent ways still to go, I think. The NASDAQ looks like it wants to break out.
What do you think of NASDAQ? Break down or break out?
I mean, on a low time frame, maybe we might get a nice pump to retest the high later today.
Gotcha.
So we'll see. It's interesting. The tick is sitting. It sold off weirdly earlier, which is a cool indication of sometimes it's gonna kind of settle.
Look at this. This is just scaring me for longs.
Yes.
God.
Long term, I wouldn't.
Oh man.
Longer swings, I would stay away.
I mean, look at this. You can create your own higher lows, lower highs, right? I mean, coming down. We're coming down a little bit. So far, this is holding up. You know, long. Yes. I mean, so far. You know, what will it do next? You know, exactly. We could see. I don't know. We could see this come down
all the way back in.
Well, you know,
very possible.
Because look at the lower lows. The lower lows here, you know. You know. So I don't know. I mean, this is just eyeballing it, you know. I mean, this is the end of the year, right? Because I'm thinking down.
Yeah, true. End of the year too. It's
I mean, look at this.
Time to look for a continuation.
Any other symbol? We're getting into last power hour. Mickey, can you go over quickly through order block settings? Mine looked whacked. Sure, yeah.
You got them wacky order blocks.
Oh, yeah, let me, there you go. All right. Let's concentrate on two sets of price action concepts, right? For the first one. Okay, the first one's very simple. The first one, the order blocks will be based on the charting time frame, right? I have order blocks turn on. I show breakers. And I have default length of 5. Nice and simple, right? Change them to your own colors or use default. Doesn't matter, all right? The second one, you see the color ones now? They are the higher time frames order blocks. So on the 4-hour chart, I like to overlay the daily order blocks. And I changed the colors. I left them as default, green and red. And this is daily, see? Daily order blocks on the charting time frame of 4 hour. So these are two sets of order blocks. That's it.
Nick, you could have your bullish and bearish order blocks that print from swing points. That's what two colors are for.
Why two color boxes, two color order block? Correct. Jacob was correct. Bearish and bullish order blocks. Okay. Now what you could do is, I wanted a step further. I have trend line liquidities and pattern detection. Let's turn off the order block so you visually take a look at this. All right. So for this price action concept, I turn off everything, but I have the trend lines at default enabled. I have patterns on default enabled. You don't have to add a price action concepts. You can just turn them on your other price action concepts indicator. I just like adding another one so I can just turn them on and off with ease. All right. Take a look at the patterns. Take a look at the patterns and the liquidity trend lines. More often than not, when these liquidity trend lines are broken, the move is over. Not 100%, because we know that price can do whatever it wants to do. But for the most part, it could tell you the move is done. So be on alert for an entry in the other way. Right? Look at the dollar. Breaks through this trend line, right? And take a look at this. Bounces up. It's trying to break up, right? It's choppy. End your trade. It's done. Take a look at this. Beautiful move. Broke out. The move is done. Where's another one? There we go. It's holding. Broke out. The move is done. Take a look at this move. Boom, boom, boom. Done. It's done. Right? Double top. If you hover over the pattern detection dashboard, you'll have a definition that'll pop up. Double top pattern is a bearish reversal pattern. Right? Where's the double top? Let me turn off the trend line so you can see just the pattern itself. There you go. All right. Bearish reversal pattern. Where do we go? Bearish. What's confluence? Let's turn on our trend lines. Broke the upward trend line. After it broke, the double top confirmed. Winner, winner. Jacob's eating a chicken soup dinner, right?
Chicken soup dinner. Nice.
Now, let's go one step further while we're on this chart anyway. I wasn't planning on this, but since we're here. Now, I overlay another pattern detection. I have it set to 2. The default was 5. Why 2? It gives me a micro pattern inside the default pattern settings. So if I enable both, sometimes, see this bottom dashboard pattern? It's smaller than the top one. This tells me this is the micro one. And the top is the macro one. Sometimes both of these are in confluence. Gives me a little bit more confidence to take a trade in that direction. Okay. Let me see if there's a good example of both these in confluence. Let's see. There you go. The macro pattern says ascending broadening wedge is a bearish reversal pattern, anticipating a downside breakout. The micro, same thing. Ascending broadening wedge. Okay. There you go. Take a look at the liquidity trend lines. Right? Jacob didn't make this stuff up. Right?
That's right.
So basically, not to confuse everyone, those are just other confluences, but this is basically my chart, you know. Nothing fancy, right? We have some 4-hour order blocks, and we have some daily order blocks. That's it. And this is what I watch religiously this past month, right? I want a short on the ES so bad, right? That's it. You have anything else, Jacob? Everything good?
Yeah, well, we got a stop for profit on the one. Never broke out, but volume was so low on it. I'll show you guys. Here you go. We literally just, as you said that too, got hit. So we wanted that anticipated breakout. Ended up with an equal high up there. Never got it. But I think we made like, I don't know, like $15 or something. It was probably honestly close to break even after fees. But that's what we do, man. We usually target, the high, but in this case, we wanted to see if we get the breakout. It'd been fun. But we didn't. We locked in gold. Gold is still continuing a little bit. Not too aggressively through that low, which I thought it would have been more aggressive than what it's showing right now. But still, if you are shorting gold, 1950 would be a good target. Here's the nice low order block here. 1951 is the high of it. I'd probably target that. I was also seeing if there was any setups occurring around the market here. And nothing too crazy. That I wouldn't really take a setup on this one. Crude oil had an opportunity for one, but again, this was a kind of a secondary entry. You could have, taken a short probably off this guy, but right now you'd be sitting at a loss. It did come down a bit, which is good. But again, this isn't. Notice the trend change here. This was setting lower highs, then it ended up being higher lows, and it broke out here. So that entry there wouldn't have been really ideal. So you want to see it, come from a high and then right like here. This would have been your ideal entry earlier off this guy, and then as you can see, it had a really nice sell-off. So in this case right now, nothing too crazy we're looking at. YM was a potential if this change of character didn't print. I don't like that printed. If it didn't, I would have waited for that reject, and then this turning point right here on this candle would have been your short entry. But it printed a change of character, which is why we stayed away. Let's see if there's anything else. ES and NQ possible setups if it fully retraces to the Neo. I will say you can see here that the Neo cloud should line up with this previous low, if that were the case. If it bounces above that previous low right here and the Neo's there and it touches it, you might actually get a setup before the end of the day. But at the same time, it is pretty late already, so we're pretty much probably out of setups for the day. I just found out that soybean oil and wheat do close early. I didn't realize that. Like they're already closed. Yeah. They close just
farmers wake up early and they need to go back home.
Right. But yeah, we're kind of at a stalemate here. If we go over, NQ has some interesting volatility right at this level. So you can see the crazy up and down moves it's had. It's now trying to set a higher low. You can see in this case, we have somewhat of a setup off of this guy here. But again, we want to see mostly, oh, this is the 2 minute too. We want to see mostly it form with a full on Neo clouds set. We could take a test, potentially test entry, you know, on this, but I would wait till you have something where it breaks like we've talked about. But Bitcoin, nice little bounce. It broke that Neo cloud again and broke out of it. See if it can retest that high. Let's see if gold wants to continue as well. In this case, not much else to be looking at. So you've been going for how long? About an hour or so. Yeah, I'm starting to get hungry again. I've only had breakfast today, so it is a little bit past lunch.
Chicken biscuit.
I wish. Yeah, I mean, this has been such a strange day in the market. Had a nice little move up here after an extended sell-off. ES it didn't form a divergence either. Sometimes you'll see really clean divergence. You just got a V formation here. Pretty crazy. Crude looks like it decided $75 was as low as it wanted to be today. Natural gas, like I said, that change of character threw me off. I liked it for a short if that didn't happen. But it didn't wick that time. If it would have wicked that time, it would have been looking good for potential. Everything else pretty dead. If you guys want to go over anything, let me know. But let me see. Volume gainers today. It looks like Rivian 100 million in volume on its earnings today. Sold off a bit, down 3%. WBD, Warner Brothers earnings gap down 17%. It missed on its EPS and reported positive on its revenue, but the outlook not looking so good. Roblox, man, this thing always has nice gap ups on earnings. It was up 12% today.
Roblox is just a monster, huh?
Yeah, this stock has been insane in the past years. It came off that high, but I just remember when it made that initial IPO rally.
I mean, is it just the game, or Roblox as a company as a whole has other stuff? I don't know.
I personally don't know about the other stuff, but pretty much I'm sure it's just the game, because if you think about Roblox, it's not necessarily just a game. Like, it's a bunch of games within a game. So it's like,
so you're like adding on stuff,
like people
right?
people build things in there and add things to like do, and it's pretty much like just an open source, like build your own fun type game.
Like Minecraft, huh?
Yeah, I mean, similar, but it has a lot more capabilities. Crazy.
Look at you gamer.
I mean, Roblox has been around forever, and I've always gamed. And most people that probably trade have gamed quite a bit in their lifetime, especially nowadays. Powell's didn't say anything today, so no effect on the market today with Jerome's. But we have him again tomorrow, so tomorrow might be a little different. I'd be shocked if he went 2 days in a row without manipulating a bit. But nothing too crazy, guys. Today.
I think that's the end of the day. We are done.
I mean, yeah, there's not a lot going on. I was gonna see. what we're looking at too. And we could play around a bit and see what might be. Yeah, this thing's coming down even more now. Potential moves, strategy situations. I mean, man, CL today just had a fantastic setup on our normal strat that we always take. But it is fun to go through some of the settings, play around, see what we find. Let me see here. Let's just look. Why not? Look at the Neo. Let's get rid of the smart trail here. Just thinking. I like to mess around with the oscillator quite a bit, because you can change your links a lot. The low on the links is like, I don't know, 5. Let's go like 2 and 5 here. I also like to change around with the styling sometimes. Let's see. We're to do, let's change the overflow to columns. So now you can see the overflowing columns, right? So, let me see. Something I like to look at is, especially with commodities, because they trade pretty cleanly. Let's see. Let's change the input on this to as low as it can go as well. I'm going to turn off swings. There we go. Actually, that might be a bad thing. Let's change the... Now we're just kind of playing around with things we can do with the indicator. For those of you that don't know this. Money flow, we change the columns as well. So you can see overflow lighter colored, right? Money flow just the normal color. Let's see here. Low. Okay, that one would have been good. So I like doing random things like this to see how it plays off, how it plays out. In this case, you could do, let's see, what can we do with the oscillator too, or the hyperwave? What does a hyperwave look with columns? A little crazy. Line, step line, circles. Yeah, doesn't really do much. Oh, you can have a, that's how you do it. I didn't realize that. That's how you get the price line on the oscillator. You flip and do it in the, that's annoying. I didn't know that. You have to do it all the way in your settings. See your price line. Interesting. I love playing with the oscillator. Let's see here. What if you... See if this looks good. That's it. There. And it is trying to go here. Okay, reversals. And then I'm trying to think of, what's a cool way to take a short kind of up here where this change character formed. You wouldn't just take it on the change character. Unless I guess you could take it every time. So this is what I tend to do when I'm just looking up new things, right? I like to open up the settings, kind of just mess around. We're gonna take the order blocks off for now so it doesn't mess with us. Let's go to Tuesday at 9:30. We're just gonna, I don't know what you call it. This could be the let's see here. So essentially, what I'm looking for now is the oscillator showing red, it turning red, See, that's above as well. So that would have been yeah, I didn't go there. So if you look at like here, it's interesting. Change character, right? This is during market open yesterday. You're red on the oscillator, right? On the money flow. You also have a turning point that is negative. So let's just say that was a trade entry. You'd have been pretty good there. You want to look for all those to line up here. That one didn't line up with when it formed. This one formed there. It was negative, so that would have been okay. I need a day where it's not just trending as well. And you have today. Like today, look at this. It'd be interesting to see, you know, bullish. You get your turning point bullish here on this guy, and it's starting to continue. Let's go to, Monday. How does Monday look? Change of character. That changed again. This changed character here. We have the settings so low. That one there didn't look too bad. So in this case, remember we watching the change of characters. We want them to line up with the money flow. Money flow is bearish here. And you have a bearish turning point that occurred on this candle. You could have entered. You would have had that low. Let's see if it had that move here. Change of character there. Inside bullish flow, but never had a turning point above the 50. Let's see here. This is all after hours, and it is. So you could have like one trade yesterday. Maybe not. You could have taken one here. Better off on those trend days for sure. Let's see. It is way early in the morning. Let's go to Friday. And this thing's been trading so well recently. Let's see. Bearish money flow, bearish change character. Right here. You wait for that turning point when it's bearish, would have been right here. Yeah, you would have had an interesting ride, but it would have hit for that short setup there. Whoop. Would have been like one of these guys. That would have been a long trade though. Probably hold it all day long. Let's go back now. Let's take off market structure. Let's take a look at our FVGs. It's always fun to look at. We'll put our threshold on to 1. Premium discount. Play around here. Yeah, that was such a good fair value gap. We've thought about doing the same scenario with fair value gaps as we do the Neo Cloud. We've talked about the Neo Cloud inside, or the doing, take these off, having the smart trail inside the Neo for sure. Do we have that? Yeah, we have that today. Let me see. Yeah, we did here. That was always an interesting one. We liked that a lot, actually. This happened actually at a disc, or right at the equilibrium as well. But you'll notice, take off, Neo Cloud reject with it inside would have played. If we go back Thursday here, well, that we went over that last week actually. Monday. Let me remove this. Monday this week, no Neo reject here on crude oil. Let's see, I guess we had one late that night. Let's go to ES and see. It's all 5 minute as well, guys. Here there was one. Didn't really overlap very much. It's nice to see him really overlap. NQ. NQ never overlapped. Sometimes it's good too, guys, if you're trading like ES, compare it to the NASDAQ, see if they have similar setups. That can always help. And YM just had to have that break structure. Nat gas still trying as well. So in this case, nice little pullback here. Let's go back to this. Man, look at that fair value gap inside of a discount zone. It still went lower. Let's see here. Any FEGs today that could have been traded? I don't see any foreman. There we go. There's one. Ooh. There you go on the NQ. Did you see that? Look at that. Something that another type of setup. So, you know, you have your reversal here. You're in a discount, right? We've talked about this before. Watching reactions off fair value gaps in a discount or a premium zone. Here's your 5 minute. You have your reaction right here. Bink. Take your entry off of that reaction, right? Hit the buy button there, might as well. Target, you know, probably 2 to 1, 1 to 1. 1 to 1, maybe just another swing point would have been there. You would have actually hit pretty good here. Let's see, where is it now? Now it's coming back down. But, you know, your high there was 150 ticks, 37 points. And a nice little trade. I wonder if, let's see here. In this case, for the NASDAQ, I don't think we had any other trades on that. Let's go to crude oil. See if there's anything today. 9:30. There was one earlier down there, but that was in the discount zone, I think. Let's see. Ooh. Didn't see that. There's a pre-market fair value gap up there. Didn't fully test. You can also do things like this, guys. You can do extend box. 100. See how, what's the max? There you go, bing. Very long box. So there you go. You got your fair value gap extended. So in this case, look at this. Watch. Wait for reaction. There's your reaction. You take your short. Oh. We put our stop below this high. You can put it below the whatever. Target. You know, swing low. Let's see if it triggered it out or... Oh, it almost did. Oh, it might have. So sometimes people also... What you can do is you set your stop above the candle close or candle high before, or the candle of the fair value gap up here, which would have been the case because look, this actually above that high got stopped, which would have sucked by 1 tick. So you can put it above the fair value gap or above that candle close there. Let's see if it would have actually still stopped it though. Sometimes it does. It did. Wow, that sucks for anybody trading that fair value gap. That would have sucked. Wow. Lame. But it did sweep it. If you would have put on market structure, could have probably saw that as well. Let's put on internal. Let me reset it though. So you were in a, you know, you were in a change of character to the bullish side. So seeing that, you know, that's another helpful tool. Let's then go into, let's see here. Big sell off here. Crude oil. Retrace. There's your fair value gap. You had your reaction there. Would have been okay. There's your higher low and a discount though. These are still in discounts. Let's go to ES today. We look at, let me see. Look at YM. Maybe. See if anything got filled or not. YM. Fair value filled there, but we're in a discount. Got pushed. Still in a discount. What we can do too is, you know, we can take. I'm not gonna take off the threshold. Threshold is nice to have. So this is interesting. See, you're still in a bullish. How low is this? Let's see here. Yeah, you're still in discount zone. On the 5 minute here. It's definitely been trying to treat it like a level. This is where you could also, we could implement, you know, let's get rid of the fair value gaps now. Let's mess around with premium discount as well as the, let's do a smart trail. Right. You can use this, you know, to start that trend. I thought I turned those off. I didn't. So you're getting that bullish change character. Smart trail flips. You know, could be a trade. Like here, you had that change character there, retrace, rejected that smart trail. That was at, wait, actually that would have been at a discount. Sorry, because that pushed that discount down. So yeah, sometimes, you know, it depends. You know, it depends on what you're looking for as well. Like right now, this is why, though I like the other setup strategy-wise. Let me see here. Actually, hold on. Look at this NQ here on this candle we're looking at right now. It's a little late, but let's see here. Let's see how this does. Got very low risk. I'm just gonna do this on a free. Oh, that's the wrong.
1 minute. Dang.
This is the. Oh wait, it didn't. It's not forming anymore. The wick appeared. The wick appeared. No. Come back down. But we broke it, remember? On the 1 minute there, we broke the low of the Neo. If that no wick candle occurs in a negative tick, we might see a nice setup. It already happened for the first time down here and had a nice rally. But in this case, which one do I have a link to? I have a link to this one. Could see that setup. Might as well see if it I have to log out. Hold on. You log in over here and see if this wants to work for us. How did you get combined wick chart? Tick, you mean? This is just the tick. Tick Q is what it's called. Bounced off the low of the Neo. So let's see here, you know, we need this wick. We need a no wick like this guy. Here. That candle. See if we can see that here. Be nice. Then here on then Q, so you can see we're at equilibrium as well, which is really good. So I'd like to see, you know, where we might head from here. but you never know. You never know where we might head. The oscillators, you know, it was negative, bearish money flow. It's breaking that downtrend here. Let's see if you can. The only issue is now it's not. More than likely, this candle won't form on the negative side. It's barely negative. Plus, it's 2:08. It's 3 o'clock, so a little late in the day. Maybe we'll get lucky here. Let's see. You can see that it's ticking up, but the tick is ticking down, which is interesting sign. So we actually may get it. You got 14 seconds left on this 1 minute. This is gonna be weird. Your search tick on oh, there you go. Look at that negative tick there. Actually not a bad move, not a bad sign, because if this comes back a bit in a second, if we get that no wick candle with the tick, this negative is good too. It's only negative 100 though. It's always nice. Another way you can trade this too is you wait for even more extended ticks, like something way up here. So there's a 300 tick this high. If you would have taken that just solely without the whatever, without the Neo, you can see it coming off of that. We've thought about also doing a like we've played around with this actually a decent bit with the signals and overlays on the tick chart. Take off Smart Trail. Trying to think. Let's see what it would look like on a midterm sensitivity. So if you would have seen, or sorry, but then also you can put on, let's see, contrarian mode. There you go. So looking for strong signals when they occur, right? And then a negative tick. Let me see here. Let me take off the candle coloring. So here you go. Oh, wrong move there. Here we go. Where is it? Let's see, signal is on this one. Let's see if we get a. I want to see it. Quite a ways down. Did that one line up? Let's see. Yeah, that one did. So, I mean, it had a small move. It wasn't very big. It's such a small time frame too. Is the only crappy part. It's like these small time frames are, you know, can differ quite often. But contrarian mode on the tick's kind of cool because you can judge extended periods based on the chart. I was gonna see. Let me turn off for contrarian though. Let me turn off autopilot. Is there any strong signals? Doesn't look like it. But I like this type of setup. Let's see here. See if we get a positive thing. We might play like a few micros and see. It's again late in the day, so we'll probably just do like a fake trade for now and then see how it plays out. It's our trend tracer showing us. Oh, I put that on the wrong one. Give me that back. Where's the smart trail sitting here? Smart trail is negative on the 1 minute. Is red. Okay, next candle should give us that formation. Are we in a reversal zone? Oh, we tapped a reversal zone. This is another way you can also do it as well. Just for extended, like, pullbacks. is watching. Here we go. All right. This candle got a negative. So in this case, let's see how this plays out. This is just another idea we, randomly like to come up with, randomly like to test. In this case, touched the bottom of the Neo cloud, right? We touched the reversal zone, okay? We have a contrarian signal on the tick. We're getting a no wick tick right now on this candle. If it closes like this, we're gonna take entry and just see. I don't know. We're just gonna play with it, right? So we'll buy 5 micros and see what it does. Do 100 by 100. That's 7 seconds left. Is it gonna close like that? 3 seconds, 2 seconds. It's gonna close like that. We're gonna take our entry. Let's see. Target the swing high. Coming out of a reversal zone. I'm just gonna play around and see. We're gonna set our stop below the low for now. But in this case, you're in a downtrend. But this is just, this is how you test your strategies, right? To just play around. Nothing too crazy until you figure out what works. Let's see. Try not to delete the wrong things here. It is late in the day again, so there's going to be a lot of algos resetting their positions. So you never know. Mickey, you a basketball fan? You like NBA or college basketball? With that response already, it already seems like a no. I don't know, just trying to make conversation while we wait.
How's the weather over there?
Warm. So warm over here. Bitcoin retested the high nearly. Remember, that's what we like to see. First time breaking, or an actual thick neocloud retest the high. Let's see if the NQ can make a move for us. It'd be cool. So far showing resistance. We have jobless claims tomorrow. Remember that, guys. I'm just looking back over the news. Let's see how this goes here for a sec. Let's see. We've been streaming about 2 hours. Yeah, we're going to close it out here in just a second. But we'll see if we can get a move before we do. Ticks back in the negative. The only thing I don't like is the technically kind of a bear flag formation here, but it is in a bullish neocloud. So, how gold USD now, Jacob? Let's see. There it is. There's that. It hit a low on gold futures of 1953, but let's look at the gold Owanda. Actually, let me pull it up on here. Take a quick glance there. Yeah, it looks like we're just barely now in the red. All right, gold. Inside, what do we see? Here we go. This is what we were looking for. Inside that 4 hour and 1 hour order block. This is perfect. This is where we want it, right? So in this case, now that we're here, right, we want to see us come back out around 1951. We'll see that bounce. If we can get that bounce, we're super extended on the oscillator, which is good. So if we get the bounce back over 1951, we could see that continuation. Or sorry, we could see the here you go. Here on the 15-minute chart, you can clearly see what might happen. We rejected. We hit that TP, hit that target. Let's see. I would want to see this come out, right? Show support off of it again, and then we target back up at the highs. In this case, your first level target would be this low. Second level would probably be that low, and then the order block above. So that's ideally what I'd look for right now. Because we're in the 4 hour, 1 hour order block. You can see where it's bouncing is right as soon as it hit the 50% on the 1 hour order block, which is awesome. right at this you know, high volume trading action before it made that big rally to 2K. But for now, looking solid. We just need to see that reversal set up. Let's see if we're losing a bunch of money. Yeah, $25. Come on. Bounce for us. Bounce for us. Yeah. 25 in the positive. Chicken dinner, baby. Go to Chick-fil-A. We just need a chicken dinner button. It just goes all a bunch of chickens. Or something. Just explode on screen. That sounds fun, actually.
We need the chicken alarm.
Is there one? Let me see here.
I'm sure there is.
While we're waiting on this. Bounce. Chickens. See if Motion Array has a chicken. Oh, dude, this is going to be on the screen. This is awesome. Feathers. So if we cash in, we can get a chicken dancing on screen. There's a chicken running loop. Oh, no. This is like a row of chicken rotisseries. What?
What are you doing?
We could just use that. Our chicken dinner. We could jump on screen. Chicken dinner. Where's our NQ? Come on, NQ. All right, this is the same crap we had yesterday. Or the day before yesterday. I think we were on Monday. It's just late day. You get a lot of volatility back and forth all around. It doesn't know where it wants to go. It eventually breaks down and it breaks back up. Same kind of ish. We were dealing with this. Remember, I think it was Monday. Let me see Monday. Monday we had an entry. Where's our Monday trade? This is Tuesday still. We streamed Monday, right? Yeah, we did. That's a 1 minute. Jesus. Here you go. Monday. Where was that consolidation? Monday. We were right here somewhere. Late day. Are we right here? Was it Monday? We didn't stream yesterday, right? Oh, yeah, here it was. Monday, we were on stream. No, that's not it either. But it was like this, and then it made that rally back. But it just gets so choppy because a lot of people are repositioning, getting ready for the next day, stuff like that. But man, we might have to get this chicken on screen. Chicken loop. Dude, these are pretty cool. The rotisserie thing is quite interesting. I don't know why somebody needed that, but they made it. I do like this guy. Let's download him. He can run across the screen when we say chicken dinner. And we're back in the green. Here we go. Media file. Hold on, guys. Here you go. Here's your chicken dinner. I'm going to literally call this chicken dinner. Boom. Mickey gets a chicken dinner. That is awesome. How long does this even last? But I can grab it and have him run across the screen like this. That's what I need to do. I just need to make a video of him running across the screen.
Jesus. Man, we're really stretching now.
Oh, we're just having fun. Mickey's chicken dinner. Good gosh. That's awesome. We gotta find some funny sound effect for it too. Make a bowl, he said. We can see there's a bowl. Let's see. Probably is. Bowl. And I think it took something out. Or yeah, it's not considering what a bowl is here. Not like a. I mean, there's like Bitcoin. A bowl with a Bitcoin swirling on it. Static chart stop motion pack. Let's go back. There we go. Here we go. 40 bucks. 40 buckaroonies. That's a chicken dinner. Oh, it's not. Look at this guy dancing. Gold. Still in that downtrend. NQ. Here we go. $52. $52. You keep going. No. Bad. Man. Now we're just same type of situation. Okay. I think that's probably a good place to leave it. What do you think? Had Brink come back tomorrow, ready to go again?
Yeah, today is done.
Today is done indeed.
Yeah, it's done.
All right. Get the music. We get the music pause. Get the end screen music going up. See if my chicken dinner will pay. But let's see here. All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you being here. About 30 minutes to close here. Let's see if this plays out. I'll keep you updated tomorrow. We can talk about it again. Maybe we'll get a end of day move here. Up $55 on this trade idea based on just a few features we enabled. Reversal zone. It's outside of the Neo Cloud. We have a change of character. All that stuff. $72. I'm going to close it there for a smooth chicken dinner there. $62. Might as well take it. But remember, tomorrow, Jerome talking once again. He speaks at, let's see, Thursday. Jobless claims at 8:30. Be ready for that. Natural gas storage coming out at 10:30, right? So if you're trading nat gas, be careful. Jerome talks, though, at 2. So 2 Eastern. Be careful around 2 Eastern there. Mickey, anything else you want to leave us with?
No, everything is good. You know, if you folks have more questions, you know where to find me.
Remember, you guys, if you want to try these indicators we had today, 30 days risk-free, just go to luxalgo.com. Click this big green button, 30 days risk-free. Check out the guides up there under the resources. This gives you all the explanation of all the features we've gone over today in full detail, how they're made, how to use them, as well as check out our library. A lot of free indicators on there we post every single week. Just click the library tab at the top of the screen. Other than that, all the links are in the description. Hope you guys have a good rest of your evening. And go get yourself a chicken dinner if you're hungry for chicken after we talked about it so much. But we'll see you guys tomorrow. Stay tuned for that, and we'll post it in the chat once again. But thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you then.
Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys.